Hi, hello everyone. A little bit about me, who is behind the School of Shamanism. So my name is Giada, and I'm now at the Art and Spirituality Center, which is the studio where I normally run my courses, trainings, and therapies. I'm a bit about my background, my personal one and my professional one. I was born in Milan, in Italy, 47 years ago, and throughout my own life, I've always been interested as a first passion in traveling. So journeys, travels has always been my first passion. So I decided to go around the world, explore lots of different countries, and then my passion became my work because I started to be involved in events, organizing events all over the world, so corporate background, which is not particularly nice, but I appreciate that all the skills that I've learned over there. Plus, it was already first way to have to do with people, to being among different cultures, to learn how to interact with the different personalities of people that were around me. More or less pleasant ones that of course you meet when you travel, when you work, and you interact with a variety of people. So then it became my background organizing these events, which is something that I did for over 20 years. And at the same side, considering that I was traveling, considering that I grew up with a family that was very much open-minded into the world of spirituality, which means that I was not imposed what to believe, but I was just left open to go around and discover what was the best approach for me, learn from all the different schools, beliefs, question everything, integrate, and just include them inside my personal baggage of knowledge and life. So then, from a Catholic background, I moved officially to a Buddhist one, which I decided to study from a serious point of view, to go and have experiences abroad, in Nepal, in India, to study many courses inside the different Buddhist schools, not just one, not just the Mahayana path, but also embrace the Theravada, to see the difference between Mahayana and Hinayana, small and big vehicles, to see that then at the end we might speak about different prayers, different practices. Then of course the final destination is different inside the two schools, but then at the end, like as I always say, we always go towards the same destination, which is of course helping others. It's just that then we decide to do it in a different way. And then at some point I detached myself from believing one thing or the other one, and I just started to include a variety of spirits, gods, presence, no names, because when I say and speak about universe natures, I don't refer to a specific God. So I just decided to include the whole vision together. So this is also why many times I always refer to, when I teach, to say to people, believe what you want, call it universe, call it nature, call it God, singular, gods, plural. Just admitted that there is something else above us, that there is a force or more than one that is supporting us and helping us. Then of course the way you call it is always your personal choice. And so inside that aside, I was also able to study and more, I would say, practice, because it's more experience, shamanism. And I didn't know at the beginning what place it would have taken in my life, and the place and I was ignoring that actually that place would have become bigger and bigger and bigger, because I was already recognizing from the beginning of my life a natural instinct to do rituals in general. This is something that I've always done since I was a child. Messing around about creating different solutions, aligning different elements in nature. So this is something that I've always liked. But then rituals are just one of the many aspects of shamanism. So that then at some point I decided to go and dig, to go deeper and study and practice to see if this could have been my new way of embracing some answers for life. And then I just didn't make a choice. I just decided that all the answers that I had learned throughout my life and that I will learn, because I don't have all the answers, there's still a long journey, will just be aside together. So this is something that I've always decided to have an open view, an open mind. And moving backwards, I left the corporate world a few years ago. It was the universe deciding when, despite of myself wanting to go out from there. But like for everything in line, the conditions needs to be aligned, which is also when the synchronicities for me to open the Art and Spirituality Center presented themselves in 2001. Which is a studio, social enterprise based in Edinburgh, in Gorgie, which is my other activity that I'm doing together with other people, together with people that are supporting, with the local community. And so that was a perfect space for me to start teaching shamanism at the beginning from small events point of view, so circles, workshops, one-to-one therapies, and then it became something to which I wanted to dedicate more time, so longer courses like the year training that already started last year, and there will be a new group now on the 20th of April, embracing this long journey to become a shamanic practitioner. Then there are courses that I teach that are shorter, that can be long as a weekend, like the Featherstones healing training, which is a beautiful technique that everyone can learn. You don't need to be a shamanic practitioner, but it can also be a nice way for when you want to do a little bit of self-healing on yourself and cleanse and detox your energetic field, or do it on other people. So it's just a quick version that we can all learn. Then there is a longer course that I'm teaching, which is how to become a spiritual warrior mentor, which is done in 3 weekends. So it will start this October. And it includes a lot of modules from the Japanese shamanism that I've decided to combine together so that people that are already working as a practitioner in a variety of fields but want to go in a little bit wider knowledge of what they do and help also people from more an holistic perspective, they can include this knowledge of practical ways, practical tools, practical rituals, practical techniques of how to help people with a variety of issues that we all have. Or on the other side, it can be a beautiful personal journey that a person can do. Then I still continue to once a month, the first Sunday of the month, to run my monthly shamanic circles. And sometimes I'm more artistic slash shamanic. There are always elements inside. And then the one-to-one therapies, so healing, Ikigai coaching, which is helping people to find their soul mission. Ikigai is a beautiful Japanese word that comes from the island of Okinawa, and it's a journey of minimum 6 encounters, 6 meetings, through which we can work together and help you to understand what are your gifts, what are your skills, what have you come here to do what in your life apart from can be your main job. You can already feel that you have a passion, but you are not able to have the transition between the first main job, which maybe is the 9 to 5 job, to the one that is really your Ikigai, your soul mission. Then there are shamanic numerology session, because numerology as well is something that at some point in my journey came along. And I have a background in words, in literature. So numbers for me were my spirits at some points told me to embrace and embark on a journey of numbers. I just followed what they were saying, ignoring that actually there is an amazing amount of knowledge behind the numbers, behind the vibrations, because they are vibrations, the energy that are already present in our daily lives. So I really enjoyed doing these studies, which were very hard, because it's not going and learn all the different way of reading the numbers. Is not following this number means that number means the other one. No, because when you do a chart, first of all, you do it by hand, so you feel the vibration that is always tuning with your spirits, and see whatever in your date of birth, name and surname has to come out, and I need to say to the person, to help the person in this moment in time, regardless of what all the meanings might say. Because when we see the numbers, we feel, we know what they mean, but then we also need to feel, is this person actually embracing what this number mean, or do I need to actually remind the person that this has to be done at some point in their life? So it's a very flexible way of reading, plus then all the open interpretations, because all the schools are different. Mine is an esoteric numerology, so some numbers are read according to some explanations, some schools, some backgrounds, which might be, of course, the opposite to another school in general. Then in the one-to-one session, there are also a variety of other things that can be done in a one-to-one, like divination, helping people not to foresee the future, but to read that projection of light that is in front of us, and teach people how to do that, how to read the images, how to read the signs, how to find the answer themselves, not myself saying that. And that the divination can be done reading an egg, reading a stone, reading some different tools. Each of us have got different ones. That can be shells, it can be crystals. And it's a very fascinating work. Then we can work together doing forest bathing, because it's another journey that I did, learning how to work from the Japanese shamanism with nature, with the specific wabi-sabi aesthetic philosophy, what rituals to do in nature, so that we can help to integrate back with the whole, with the universe, and not feeling the distance, not feeling the separation between the two things together. So there is a variety of things, and nowadays I help people with. I'm sure I've forgotten something. And I've just decided then to integrate the element of creativity, which has always been with me inside shamanism, because one, for example, of the meaning of the word shaman from the Toltec tradition is artist. So despite of the main one that we normally all know from Siberia, the one who sees in the darkness, there are also other meanings of this word shaman. So that's why I've decided to integrate the Toltec tradition with the Japanese tradition, and then also to include many rituals, many traditions that come from all over the world, because sometimes they are you learn something and you don't know where it comes from. but it's beautiful when you prepare something and you offer and you merge them together. And I found fascinating shamanism because it allows you to, it helps you for those variety of things for which sometimes we don't have an answer, because the traditional way of dealing with in the traditional medicine, which doesn't have to be set aside. It's always a parallel way of working. It's never either or. It's not an alternative medicine. It's a complementary medicine. You need to work on the body, decide the main school that you want, the traditional one, the main one, the holistic one, and work also on your emotional side, and work also on your soul point of view, because the soul is what's behind that then dictated your imbalance, your disease, for which then you have the evidence in your body. But it means you have ignored something from an emotional level. So if you don't work on that side as well, then the disease that you may be able to heal in that moment on your body will come back in another form. And we are masters in recreating patterns. We are masters in recreating all the time something that is not beneficial for us, but that is absolutely amazing how our soul on a deeper level try to communicate with us, try to let us understand, either in the external images or when we ignore them in the internal images. So what is appearing on our body when something is coming to us, my right arm that is painful, what does it mean? Yes, it means that you had a heavy bag over there, but that's not the main element. Why exactly the right one? What does it represent? Does it refer to your logic side, to the active side? So what you're doing too much instead of just embracing your more yin and female principles. So there is a variety of explanations behind the holistic approach, which once you embrace, you're not able to live anymore and go backwards. It just becomes a forward path, and the more you dig, the more you find, the more you go deeper, the more you want to learn, and you just simply realize that it never ends. But what we need to do is to share the little thing that we know with the people around us. Or with people that come to us to learn about what we have grasped inside the whole world knowledge. So you can find all the details about what I do on my website, schoolofshamanism.co.uk. You can't find all the details that I've shared before. That's why I've decided to share a little bit about me, and I'll do it again. I'll share also my other passions, my other characteristics and details further on.